Hey, everybody, we are back at the annual Sacred Valley Spiritual and Metaphysical Fair in lovely Drumheller, Alberta. I actually have the event coordinator, and you guys will recognize her. She's been on my show several times. It is the founder and owner of the Redoing Spiritual Wellness Clinic right here in Drumheller, Alberta as well, the lovely Sonya Roy. Sonya, thank you for joining me again.
Hey, it's a pleasure. I love your group. You guys are great. I see the comments and I'm like, woohoo, they're paying attention. This is good.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you for making space for me to be able to do this. We came as like just spectators last year, and this place really resonated with both of us. So we're like, let's reach out and see if I could do a live stream. And you're like, hey, do you want to set up a booth? And we rolled from there, and this is going to be awesome. I'm so happy to be able to help out with this. So I guess from there, what inspired you to create this event? Like, you know, you don't just pull a fair of this magnitude out of your back pocket. So
yeah, pretty much. But it all started because I'm originally from Montreal. And so that's what they look like in Montreal. And then I live in Vancouver. And that's what they look like in Vancouver. So this is what I'm used to. And when we moved to Alberta 3 years ago, we were really looking for a place to go to a show like this, to promote ourselves, what we do, and, you know, meet like-minded people and create a community. That's what we were looking for. But there was nothing like that. I mean, Alberta's really strong with their farmers market, but it's a hard sell when people are coming for vegetables and fruits to say, hey, I'm all about spirituality. And they look like you just crawl out of a hole in outer space. And, you know, they're like, what are you doing here? And so, is it okay?
oh, yeah, you're still running on. Oh, no. No, we're frozen. Oh, dear. Shoot. Why did that happen? We're still live on my camera. Okay. I'm just going to go like this real quick because we're having a technical difficulty. Keep going.
Okay, I keep going. So we looked around and we were trying to, you know, to go outside of town or something, but the problem is there really was nothing. There used to be, but it was big need there. And because we have so much experience with these, so I said, well, you know, we could do this. And so I have a friend that's what she does for a living in Quebec. So she was my mentor, and I want to thank her so much. I told her, I'm not going to play in your garden. I want to do this in Alberta. Would you give me a hand? And she's like, yeah, of course. You know, here's how you do this. So that's literally, we pulled out of the back pocket. So that's what we wanted. We wanted people to have a safe place to come, ask questions, learn, explore, and at the same time get stuff from other provinces, because we have vendors that come all the way from Saskatchewan and BC for the show. So you get to meet people you wouldn't normally meet. So it's worth the detour. Seriously.
Absolutely. And it's an amazing event, and it looks even bigger and better than last year. You guys have opened up the other room for the presenters. That's new because I know last year they were up over here. So how long have you been doing this? Like, it says annual, but like how many years has this gone on?
This is our second year.
This is the second.
And then vendors are already sold next year. So they want to come back, and we haven't even started the weekend. Right? And I think that's because we're fostering amongst the vendors themselves. We're fostering a community. It's not about competition, because every vendor has their own unique stuff to give and present. So we don't have any doubles, which makes it really interesting. So instead of having 150 vendors and there's only 5 things to see, you have 45 vendors, which are all different. They offer different things to people. So it's really unique in that sense.
Absolutely. Like, I've gone to shows with my wife, and it's the same kind of thing. Like, you do run into the overlap, and it's like, oh yeah, that was at 2 tables ago and 4 tables ago. I do love the variety here, and you've done a wonderful job of bringing this community together, and it really is needed. Like, you know, with me being in the beginning stages of my spiritual awakening last year, it was like, okay, so there is a community behind this. I can let my freak flag fly somewhere, right? So it's
yeah. I always tell people, when you come to my center and we work, either whether it's a class or you come for, you know, some healing one-on-one, whatever. I've yet to be freaked out. You know, I've seen and heard pretty much everything. So at this point, it's just part of the norm over there.
Absolutely. And you had mentioned the amount of vendors and artisans. How many are there this year, vendors and artisans, and then how many speakers?
We have 14 speakers, which are all different throughout the weekend. if anybody's curious, they're all on the website, so they can just go check the presenters. And if they want to know who's here, the vendors are always posted on the website as well. We have, because some merchants bought more than one booth, we have 44 different vendors, but some of them have more space. They need more space for their products, so that's why we have less vendors. But overall, great quality products. We screen everybody who comes here, so we want to make sure that there's good quality, the products are freshly made, and so we insist on those things, right? So it's nice.
Absolutely. And like I said, I still haven't even got to look at everything yet. I did a quick wraparound, but I want to do some more. So I didn't remember to do it when I did my live on this at the beginning. Where is this located? Because I said Drumheller, but I didn't give the exact location. I actually told everybody about us getting married just outside of here, which is just an interesting synchronicity. I don't know if you knew that. We got married right out back here.
And it's so beautiful, right? And I tell the people, you come, and if you need a break, you just go walk on the river, walk right outside, and then you come back in. But everybody is so friendly. All the vendors are so welcoming. So it's a beautiful atmosphere. And it's located at the Badland Community Facility. So for the locals, BCF, at 80 Veterans Way in Drumheller.
Alrighty. And you had mentioned the Wellness Center because that also is here in Drumheller. I want to give you an opportunity. I know you've mentioned on my show, but this is a different feed, just to tell everybody what your Wellness Center is about and how that kind of all came about as well, because I know that it has a lot to do with this.
Well, it all started with me doing mediumship. That's how it all started. And then I got into energy healing as I gained confidence as a healer like 20 years ago, and was ready to be out and about. And then I was giving sessions like from 10 in the morning till 10 at night. It was insane. I was working really hard. So I was like, okay, maybe what I need to do is start teaching. So I started teaching Reiki and started teaching medium. That, so if one thing synchronically led to the next thing, right? So nothing was forced. Everything was just organic the way it grew. And from there, we started teaching Akashic Record and past life healing and subconscious discovery and self-introspection. And the classes evolved into a program that is now called the Wisdom School of Spiritual Transformation. And we wanted to be able to have retreats. So we organized retreats, but people would all go out in the hotel and I pick them up in the morning from the hotel, bring them all to the house to my thing, right? But I really wanted to give them a time out because the hotel has TVs, has distractions. And so we were really looking for a piece of land where we could have enough room to have all these people, but in our space. So now we have 3 acres and 3 land, and we have up to 10 beds that we can use for the different retreats. We have people flying in from all over the world coming to either private retreats or the general ones. But sometimes, they're like, hey, I'll fly in for this, but I want to stay an extra week and do private stuff, right? So we're pretty malleable when it comes to that stuff. Right? So if you come a long distance away, we make amends for that. And this place has everything. We can have fire ceremonies, water ceremonies. It's street, so it's private. It's just such a perfect setting.
Absolutely. And I love everything about what you're trying to put out into this community, bringing awareness, bringing understanding, and bringing events like this so people can truly explore this part of reality, because a lot of this is very hush-hush and, even, kept in the back because, we're not supposed to know about this stuff or participate in it. And how you've just jumped into this with both feet is absolutely phenomenal. And what you're doing for this community is a definite service. So I personally thank you.
Oh, well, you're welcome. I think that this is our forever home. That was our final move. We don't want to move anymore again. So we really want to build something solid here. That it's just not just for us, but for a place to be. So we're trying to rebrand the Badlands as Sacred Valley because it's such a beautiful place here, and I don't like the conversation. I want it to be positive. I want people to embrace this place and just feel the energies. The energies here are so powerful. So I think it was a perfect place to put something like that.
Oh, absolutely. Like I do. I agree with you completely on that. The Badlands name for this is an absolute misnomer. This is a magical place. It actually, every time we watch the movie Avatar, it's like that's Drumheller, right? Because there's that opening scene where they come down into the valley and it's all surrounded by the beauty of wonderment. I'm like, that's Drumheller. I know that's what Drumheller used to look like. So this is a very magical place, and I couldn't think of a better location either. And being the event coordinator, I don't want to tie up too much of your time because I know you're busy, busy, busy. So I want to thank you. I hope this gives everybody some information on what's going on and what's happening and where it is. And come out and check everybody out and say hi to Sonya and all the wonderful vendors here.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything to say before we close out? Or
Well, if you miss this fair, because I don't know if the kids have a football game this afternoon, or you just can't make it because your car broke down, just know that the information's all on the website. You can contact the vendors outside the fair and reach out to them if you need a reading or a healing. So it doesn't end here. The idea is that you can, work with them outside this time and space that we create. So the website has all the information, and of course, we're open all year round.
Absolutely. And everybody go check out sonyaroy.com for all of this wonderful information and where to find all this stuff. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you again for having us.
Hey, you're welcome. Did that work? Because I kept
It did. It was my cell phone. My camera was rolling. The cell phone crapped out on me. That's why I was just like, okay, running on the fly. We'll just flip the camera around.
Very good. Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And enjoy. Did you do Pinga yet?
No, you were the first one. What I'm going to do is once I take all these clips at the end, I'm going to put them all together into a video package, and I'll send that to you as well if you want it for your channel.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I've done an intro. I'm going to take all of the little vignettes that I'm going to do and put them all together at the end. So
good.
I'll send that off to you.
Kunga tends to get really busy, so if you want to get him, you better get him early.
All right. I will look at that. Thank you so much, Sonya.
You're welcome. Let me see. This is one of the products, right?
Yes, yeah. I did. It was like a rainbow color, but yeah, And I gotta tell you, the chakra book. I am loving that. Like